Simplicity is about subtracting the obvious and adding the meaningful. John Maeda. My friends, that's how we came up with the stock charts we use, with the 195-minute or short-term chart, the 2-day or intermediate chart, and the weekly, that is the long-term chart. And of course, we prefer to trade off the weekly chart because that is where the big money is. And what we are looking for are clear rollovers from down movement to up movement, to down movement to up movement. What we call weekly vertical crossovers. And of course, we scan the S&P 500 every week and provide on Thursday nights to our Patreon members that list of potential weekly vertical crossovers, either stocks crossing over going down or crossing over going up. Now let's jump into our charts that we track each and every day here at chartingwealth.com. And those are the ETFs of the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, gold, and the Bitcoin ETF, HODL. We'll jump first into the S&P 500. That's what you see on the screen. And as we look, we can see that we have completed the fourth week of up movement. Now, what is not typically what we see is this kind of volume. It has been decreasing as the stock has been increasing in price. It's what we call a divergence between what's happening with volume and what's happening with price. We don't see increasing volume, or at least above average volume. We're below average. We're actually going down as the stock market goes higher, less people participating. Now, we are moving, of course, into the summertime trading zone where traditionally we have less volume, but it is so interesting. All this started happening back in late March, and it has just continued to move down again this week, even though we've reached higher. You can tell that people are not buying into the up movement, which is a little bit scary for people who are in the up moves because the rug can seemingly be jerked out from under you so much quicker. We just don't have the volume that you would expect as things move up. But we see on the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, things keep climbing. And for those of you who bought into this rally when we had the interim low and things switched over back on the week beginning the 6th of April, things have been going good for you, up for the day 0.28%. As we've seen this climb start, you can look back and see on Tuesday, the 31st of March, is where we had reached the interim low, and in the morning, candle started moving up, some sideways move, up, sideways for a while, and then over the last 2 days in particular, you can see how things have moved up higher for the week, higher on this first day of the latest 2-day candle, a decent candle putting in there. Again, not a lot of move. These are Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, and a higher high for this week. So things moving in the right direction with price, but some fear and uncertainty in the market as to what we're seeing from the volume. When we look at 20-year U.S. government bonds. Going to get to that next. We look at the NASDAQ 100. We see the same thing. It's going higher, spiking up in price. But again, the volume staying very low. On the weekly, continuing to move down as things move up. So again, you jumped in after the interim low back on the week beginning the 30th of March, jumping in on the 6th of April. These last 4 weeks have been sweet for you. And again, if you're just looking at price, no reason not to get out. What about bonds? Bonds down a little bit for the day. This is a down week after really 4 dojis. Again, odd with all this indecision, no volume, and then just sliding along sideways. And we were saying at some point it's going to go one way or the other. Well, this week it went down. Now we're just about flat for the day, but you can see when the earnest down move took place back on the afternoon of Thursday, the 23rd of April, crossed through that Friday morning, Stayed down since then, just moving down. Not a green candle in sight. And again, bonds pulling back. No volume to speak of, though. Staying well below the average volume, which is slowly trundling down during this entire time period of the 4 dojis and the down move. What about gold? When we look at gold, gold tried after attempting to move up after the big move up. Remember that week back beginning the 26th of January where gold just hammered up and then dropped like a stone that Friday, and then the following Monday, the 2nd of February, we had all sorts of ranging, and then for 4 weeks it tried to gain. Then we had a doji with lots of indecision, but no real volume that week. And then things moved down 2 weeks with average volume. And since then, look, no volume in gold. No volume. Today about flat, 0.11%. Tending down after a couple of weeks of trying to move up. Then a doji last weekend. This week, the week beginning the 27th of April, the last week in April, a red down candle. So we've gone bearish in gold. What about bonds? Bonds. Sorry, my friends. It has been a long week. Give me a break. We've already talked about bonds. This is HODL. The Bitcoin ETF I was telling you about. What have we seen with Bitcoin? Well, we've gone into the 4th week, and today was a nice up day for Bitcoin, 2.73%. And of course, no volume here. Volume's been decreasing over these last 4 weeks of up movement. You can see the high last week, 22.48. This week, 22.35. So didn't reach the high of last week. This week, with volume about the same, maybe just a little less. Staying above the weekly trend line on all 3 charts. After, Bitcoin sort of took a tumble starting in the morning on Thursday, the 23rd of April, went down till we saw the first green candle in a while on Thursday, the 30th, and then slid up and then really popped up decently on Friday morning, the 1st. And again, Bitcoin just sort of hanging in there, trying to get going. We kept talking about the 2 weeks up and then down, 2 weeks up and then down, 2 weeks up and then down, 2 weeks up and then down. That started back on the week beginning the 8th of September. And until the last 4 weeks, we hadn't had 3 weeks of up movement in a row. Now we've had 4. Keep talking about Bitcoin laying a base. Well, it's trying to do that. We'll continue to keep our eye on things as Bitcoin moves into this next week. Can it make 5 weeks of at least green candles? We didn't get higher this week. Let's keep a sharp eye on that as we jump into the new week. If you are writing that up on Bitcoin in a practice trade, then of course you're going to be paying very close attention to that. We always appreciate you guys being with us. Always love to hear from you. But please don't hesitate to reach out to us. cw@chartingwealth.com. We always have great training posted every day in the show notes. If you're a subscriber for free at chartingwealth.com, go there, sign up. You'll get 5 emails a week when the market is open 5 days, 4 if it's just open 4 days. We always, at the end of the day, provide this information to you in a nice email where it's presented along with a special training we put in every single day. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.